Hello everyone. So in this lesson, we are going to briefly go over the pre-sale questionnaire. The last thing you want when a prospect is coming in for a consult or for a discovery session, action plan session, whatever it is, and then you plan on either upselling them onto your ongoing product or services, is you wasting time in the first 10, 15 minutes, breaking the tempo and momentum, asking basic questions that you should already know the answers to, right? Especially considering if you're doing high ticket or medium ticket sales, ideally if the sales process is more thorough, you don't want to waste time on things that are not important. Plus, also the other thing is you want to give them a pre-sale questionnaire because it pre-frames them and gets them in the mood of wanting to finally change this problem, right? And then obviously we further build up on that during the session. So here is an example, obviously depending on what your goal is, if it's fitness, if it's um, mobility, if it's nutrition, whatever it is, you can adapt it based on that. This is just a template and a concept that you could use. And why it's important applies for the same reason that I mentioned earlier. So let's get ourselves started. Super important for the lead nurture process and helps you convert better. Normally, when people are coming in, for before the meetings, send them the questionnaire, ask them to fill it, especially if it's virtually. Um, if they haven't, at the start of the meeting, tell them we can take 5 minutes and you can fill this questionnaire out, and then or we can just do it together, right? That's normally how I would angle it that way. So first thing, let's get to know you better so we can build a plan that actually works for your body, schedule and goals, be as honest and detailed as possible. This is a safe space. Basic information, what's their full name, age, gender, current weight or height. So you have that info ready. Um, Lifestyle and background. What do you do for work and what does a typical day look like for you? Now, the reason I we've added that and also given them some examples is because first thing it gives you some idea of who this person, what their occupation are, which sometimes is an indicator of, I know I sound a bit biased here, but whether they are financially high quality prospect that is coming in a Mercedes with cars flinging around, or they are somebody who might require more um, effort. And also based on this, you can tailor the programs to them. And the thing is, you, especially if you're collecting questionnaires earlier, you want to prioritize the prospects who are the right fit, and the pre-sale questionnaire allows you to do that. That even the ones who you might have a meeting with later on, you can pull them back if they seem like a strong fit because they would already give you all the answers, right? And also, this gives you a general idea of how you can plan out the sales conversation. So, how many hours a night do you typically sleep? Gives us an idea. Honestly, you can remove this if you want. Um, Not as important. How stressed do you feel normally? I'm just editing it in real time. This just gets them to admit what's wrong with them. 1 to 10 and why, goals and motivation. What's your number one fitness or body goal right now? Why is that goal important to you? What will achieving a change in your life? Is there a deadline or event you're walking towards? Again, gives us an idea. Obviously, we also further build on these during the gap selling framework for high ticket and low ticket, but this also gives us a deeper understanding. And it works well, especially if you need to follow up with prospects or if they ghost you, right? Have you tried any fitness programs before? What was your biggest challenge with getting results you wanted? If you tried diet or meal plans, what was your experience like? Honestly, I think the fitness or meal plans I mentioned should cover it, so we don't need to separately add this one. What types of food do you enjoy eating? Any dislikes or dietary restrictions? Uh, Honestly, you can just remove this if you want. Do your friends and family support your fitness goals? Be honest, this is good. This is important. Is your current environment, work, firm, or home helping you or hurting your progress? Again, important because later you can lead into accountability based on these answers. Do you have any current or past medical conditions? Obviously, because you don't want to. Are you taking any medications? I think, again, not as important. We can just delete this because normally the first one should cover it. Final on a scale of 1 to 10, how ready are you to commit to finally changing your body and mindset in the next 90 days? And instead of 21, these should be, because I deleted to 18 or 3, 18 by now, right? You can further move a few, take it down to 15 if you want. I just generally prefer to be um, well versed in the prospect before they show up, and we frame it again in a way that this would help us tailor the console to you. That's what I tell them when they're building it. So we can personalize it to your experience and things like that and get you the results you want. It also ensures that you don't walk into a sales console not knowing what's going to be going on. And the more prepared you are, the better results you can provide to the person, and the more you can customize your programs and requirements to their needs, right? So that covers the pre-sale questionnaire, important in lead nurture, because it directly correlates with your closing rate. And just because it makes it a lot smoother for you to then sell to somebody because you have prior information on them. I wouldn't ask this on the first step or on the form. So normally when they have signed out, this will either be sent to them as an email sequence or when you're booking in or when you're scheduling them for a session and you have booked in on their calendar, then you can say, I'll send you a questionnaire form that you can fill, which would ask you a few very basic questions like it'll take 3, 4 minutes for you to complete. And like I'll tell them it'll super easy. And based on that, I can personalize the session to you, and I'll share that with our coach, and he'll give you advice and tips that can help you get those results right. Perfect. I'll see you guys in the next video.